morning, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. Wanted to get on here today and do a get ready with me, mostly with the eyes. And we're in my bathroom today, as you can tell. I wanted to come on here and do a get ready with me with my eyes after my bleph. And also to have a chatty get ready with me because I left some things, some kind of important information out of my Blepharoplasty laser video. I'm going to link that video down below because between the two of them, I think you'll get all the answers you need if you're thinking about doing this or you've been curious about it. And I also wanted to come on without my makeup on and show you what it looks like. Today is October 19th. This will come out in a few weeks. And I had it done at the end of July. October, we're like 2 months out. And I wanted to show you what my scars look like. So when I close my eyes, I can still feel, especially this one. I don't know if you can see it. I don't think you can see it, but I can feel it. But they feel pretty much totally normal, except a little bump right here, which is a scar that hasn't thinned out yet. And over here, do you see that? That's a scar. And I suspect, well, I don't suspect this. I know my eyes are more upturned out here, and I didn't have a facelift. Okay, I had to make sure I was recording. I didn't have a facelift. I think he lifted right at this point where I have a scar here and a scar here that feel kind of thick that he said will thin out. It doesn't bother me at all. I really love my result. And then underneath this eye, no, it's really this eye. Yeah, you can see it. Do you see that? That is where the laser went extra deep and had a scab out here for months. Well, like a month and a half. Now it doesn't feel like a scab, but it's still discolored. I think that will take a year or more to go away. Also on this eye, bleph. Okay, I'm going to start getting ready, and we're going to talk about some more things that I left out. First, I'm going to do my face. I'm going to do my face, my blush, my color, and everything, and I'll come back and we'll do the eyes. I will tell you the only thing that's changed that I'm about to do is my under eyes. I don't need, you can tell it took all my dark circles away and any puffiness. So I don't use a color corrector anymore. I just use my Tarte ShapeTape and just put it right here on both sides. And then I blend it when I blend my foundation. And it's super easy. And I love it so much because it's easy to cover. And then during the day, even if I'm going to record or I'm going to a party that night, I don't ever have to touch up during the day again. He had kept saying, you're going to love your under eyes. And I was like, I don't think my under eyes are that bad. I didn't realize how bad they were. And now I don't ever have to touch up during the day. So anyway, I'm going to go do that and I'll be right back. All right, and while I'm doing my mascara, I want to tell y'all something else I forgot to tell you in my first video. I said I had zero pain, like no pain at all, and I didn't. I had no pain. I did, however, have a lot of discomfort. It was very uncomfortable in a lot of ways. One of those is, and one of you girls reminded me about this, you said, I didn't have pain either, but I had a lot of numbness. Yeah, a lot of numbness. I still have some numbness. Now, the side I'm doing right now was not bad. My right side, this was not bad. When I really noticed it, or where I really noticed it, is on this left eye, and I still notice it when you're doing mascara or eyeliner. So numb. And this one is still numb. So I have to look at my eyeliner to be sure when I'm putting it on that I'm getting it on the right place. Very, very numb. Also, when I would touch down here, I would get a twinge up here. So some strange sensations. That was very uncomfortable for a while. Now I'm used to it and it fades. It's not too bad anymore. Okay, also, my eyes were very messy, just dry, really dry. So I would put my Lacquer Lube on at night, but also just messy. Like had to wipe from the inner corner a lot. And I thought, am I always gonna have, it's like drainage in your eyes, kind of like when you have pink eye. And when I would wake up in the morning, I would just be messy on my eyelashes, just a mess. And that was for several weeks. Along with that, with all that discomfort, but again, no pain, but with all that discomfort, it's uncomfortable to sleep because for the first 3 days, I believe it was, you have to sleep. I keep being afraid I'm not recording. You have to sleep sitting up. So I would put pillows up behind me and pretty much sleep sitting up. That wasn't too uncomfortable. I did that for weeks and you're so afraid you're gonna, it's uncomfortable. So you wanna have your hands around your face. You wanna be itching and rubbing all the mess and the drainage off your eyes. And you've got that Lacquer Lube on there. And so I woke up a couple of times and I had swiped at my face. Like, what is that? And that's scary because that inner stitch for 3 weeks, he doesn't want you anywhere near it, not bending over, not working out. I said that in my last video. So you're scared you're gonna pull that stitch. That's what can cause blindness. That's the biggest risk with this. I don't think it's very common, but you want to be so careful if you get a stitch on that inner lower eye. That's the danger. Under here, it felt full and swollen. You just didn't want to press on it at all with your concealer. It felt full and swollen. My eyes were red. So red, dry, runny, crusty for weeks. So no pain, but it was discomfort. All right, I'm gonna finish my blush and stuff and I'll be back and we'll do my eyes. All right, let's do our eyes and I'm gonna use what I always use and that is Viseart, but hold on, it's at my desk. I'm gonna use the matte neutrals in case you want to use what I use. Okay, and while we are getting started, I'll tell you how I picked my doctor in detail because I didn't really go into detail about that. I picked my doctor 5 years ago, and what I looked for, I did go back and okay, I'll tell you why I liked him. I went to him 5 years ago and said, what would you do? And he had me send him pictures. He was in Dallas, and I had just gotten Botox at that time. And he said, okay, well, hold on, I'll tell you. I still follow my bone. And I'm going to link my video that tells my technique down below. And I still do almost all of that. If you follow your bone, it doesn't matter if you've had bleph, if you have hooded eyes, it doesn't matter. Because we're trying to, and I learned this from L. Leary Artistry, we are trying to duplicate our bone structure. We're trying to make it look like our bone structure, like we don't have excess skin. So it doesn't matter. I still follow my bone, and I still end up in about the same spot. I still go out further over here to elongate my eye. And I still come in further here because my bone goes further than my eyelid. So I still do it. It looks like it's easier. It's really not. It's really not any easier than it used to be. But I'm going to do that video where I talk about that whole technique. And I still, follow my bone and come out here. It may look better faster. My bad eye is still harder, which my bad eye is not that bad anymore, but I still find it a little more challenging. Okay, so I liked my doctor because following my bone. When I talked to him 5 years ago, he said, call me in 5 years. If you can look like that with Botox, I'm not going to do anything. And I loved that because I was ready to have surgery 5 years ago, either a brow lift or bleph. And he said, no, you can get the look, a good enough look with Botox. Call me in 5 years. And it literally was 5 years, and I wanted to have this done. And so I loved his honesty. And he took control. You know, he looked at me and said, no, I'm not doing a facelift yet. Y'all know Gwen Stefani, how she's got that real pulled look? He said, that's what you get. You look too pulled. If you just start pulling skin up, that's what happens. He didn't say Gwen Stefani. I'm saying that because that happened after. You start pulling skin up and things look unnatural. You have to wait till your muscle needs to be pulled up. And then they pull the muscle up. And so I liked his honesty, even though I really did want the facelift. And then I looked at education. And he was educated at Stanford and I think he did his residency in Manhattan. And I liked that. Then I looked at his gallery and I liked his work. He is subtle. And I liked subtle because I still want to look like myself. I also was looking for someone there's a lot of plastic surgeons out there that weren't trained as a plastic surgeon. They might be a dentist and then they became a plastic surgeon, or they might be a podiatrist and then they became a plastic surgeon. I wanted a straight running plastic surgeon that's what he trained for, because I know somebody that used a dentist as a plastic surgeon. The work was beautiful, but 10 years later, 20 years later, they had to have corrective, reconstructive surgery, and it was very dangerous. So that's why I was looking for someone who was classically trained as a plastic surgeon. And Dr. Bogdan is that. So that's how I picked mine. And I'll tell y'all, on the pictures, my kid's first grade teacher was on the pictures. So I messaged her and she looked great. I noticed 5 years ago she had something done, but you couldn't tell. I asked my husband, I'm not going to say her name. Did Miss So-and-so have something done? And he said, yeah, she looks as good as her daughters. She's beautiful. So I called her and talked to her. She said, yes, I loved him. I had no pain and I loved him. You could also talk to an esthetician if you have one. Years ago, I was going to Marcy, my Botox lady, when I used to get Botox. And she said, if I ever get anything done, I'll go to Dr. Bogdan. Everybody here that leaves town to get good surgery goes to Dr. Bogdan. And I said, I already talked to him. He won't do anything yet. She said, well, when you get something done, go to him. All right. And that's pretty much all I have to do. So it is easier. I used to really have to, do a lot of darker and shading. And if you'll remember back, I used to have to put, and I still do this some, the NYX Jumbo Stick and Milk. I still use this some, but you'll see now my look is the same now as it used to be with my NYX Jumbo Stick. So I just don't have to stand on my head and do as many tricks anymore. I love it so much. Okay, then I'm going to get a light shade, and I still go lighter on my worst eye, my more hooded eye. I go lighter over here, and I go a little bit darker here to this one, on this one that's less hooded, and I just go in here on this inner corner. So you can see I do this one lighter, so it looks like this one. And I sometimes even do a little NYX Jumbo Stick. So that's how I find my doctor. Education first, Stanford. Residency, I believe, at Manhattan. He's about my age. He has done a lot of surgery. He's not just straight out of training. He's a straight plastic surgeon. That's all he does. It's all he's ever done that I'm aware of. Then his pictures. Very natural. I wanted to still look like myself, but have enough to make a difference. honest, not trying to do a whole bunch of stuff to my face that's going to make me look unnatural. I don't want to look unnatural. That's how I picked my doctor. And then plan for a chunk of time. Something that I'm forgetting because I'm on camera, but I don't forget in real life. My eyes go up too far for my liking. Now, you may like that cat look. You wouldn't do this next step, but for my liner, I'm using shadow instead of liner. Sometimes a little liner, but I'm using shadow with my Sigma E47. I'm taking these colors up here and blending them down so that I get more of an almond eye than a cat. Because I, again, want to look like myself. And before he pulled that up, which I love, it came out more. This part was filled in. Okay, I'm going to go into that and lighten it with a little of that. My camera's driving me crazy. It's so far off. Okay. And then I'm going and connecting those. And then I will define that sometimes with a little of my Lancome Brown liner. Now I'm going to get that darkest brown and I'm just going to tap on my outer V. And then down here a little bit. All right, I'm going to do the other eye and liner and eyelashes. And I will be back and show you the final look. All right, so that is how I'm doing my eyes. Really, not a lot has changed, except I like them better. I don't have to do such a magic trick to, you know, make the, hold on, I'm out of focus, to make the lid on this eye more match this one. And then he took some years off both of them. So anyway, I love my doctor. I will have him posted down below. That is all I have for you. If you have any questions, put those down below. I'll link all those videos. And that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Leave comments and questions down below, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a good day. Bye.